Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to learn and grow daily. Let's understand the cells of the epidermis. So we look at the cells of the epidermis. So first is the keratinocytes. The first cell we're discussing is the keratinocytes. So this keratinocytes, let's look at the origin and the function. So the origin is it is present in all layers of the dermis. So it is in all layers. So it is present in all layers of the epidermis. And this accounts to about 90 to 95% of all epidermal cells. So it accounts to about 90 to 95% of all epidermal cells. Next is it is derived from the ectoderm. It is derived from the ectoderm. And also the keratinocytes, it is differentiated in C2. It is differentiated in C2. So what are the characteristic features of the keratinocytes? The characteristic features is it is rich in intermediate filaments. So it is rich in the intermediate filaments, and they are known as a keratin. So keratinocytes, it is keratin. They provide mechanical strength. So they provide the mechanical strength to the cell, and the keratinocytes in the base layer, it divides and generates the upper layers. So the base layers, it divides and generates into the upper layers. Next we move on to the melanocytes. So what happens in the melanocytes? So next we talk about the melanocytes. So out of this melanocytes is present in the stratum basale. So this is present in the stratum basale. So the melanocytes are present in the stratum basale. It is derived from the neural crest. So N crest. And it migrates the epidermis. It migrates to the epidermis. Now let's understand the functions, the features of the melanocytes. The melanocytes, it synthesizes melanin. So the important function is it synthesizes the melanin, and in the granules, and it is known as the melanosomes. So it is known as the melanosomes. It is transferred into the keratinocytes of the epidermis and through the elongated process known as the dendrites. Through the elongated process, and this is known as the dendrites. And each of the melanocytes is transferred to the melanosomes of the 36 keratinocytes. And this is known as a EMU, that is epidermal melanin unit. Epidermal melanin unit. So the ratio here is nothing but it is a 36K to 1M. This is the ratio which is seen. Then moving on, we look at the Merkel cells. So what are the Merkel cells? So we talk about the Merkel cells. So under the Merkel cells, it is present in the stratum basale. It is present in the stratum basale. This is the Merkel cell. And that thing but the reti ridges. So they are derived from the ectoderm and the neural crest. They are derived from the ectoderm. So they derived from the ectoderm as well as the neural crest. Next is it differentiates in situ. It differentiates in situ. So what are the features and the characteristics of these Merkel cells? So let's look at the characteristics and the features of the Merkel cell. It is also known as the touch cells. So it is also known as the touch cells. The touch cells are the Hasselbein cells. So this is nothing but the Merkel cells. This is nothing but the touch cells are the Hashy band cells. The Hashy band cells. This is nothing but the Merkel cells. Hashy band cells or touch cells. They are the type 1 slow adapting touch receptors. They are slow adapting touch receptors, and they're nothing but it is another type 1. So we spoke about the Merkel cells. Next we move on to the Langerhans cells. So what are the Langerhans cells? So the Langerhans cells, it is present in the stratum spinosum. So they are present in the stratum spinosum, and it is also derived from the bone marrow. So it is derived from the BM, that is a bone marrow, and it migrates to the epidermis. Now let's understand some features of the Langerhans cells. So what are the features of the Langerhans cells? The feature is they are a dendritic antigen presenting cells. They are nothing but dendritic antigen presenting cells. So it is antigen presenting cells, and they're characterized by the presence of the rod shaped or the tennis racket shaped granules. So it is a rod shaped or the tennis racket shaped granules, and it is nothing but the Bobek cells. So it is nothing but the Bobek granules, and which are seen on the EM, that is electronic microscopy. So next is the immunohistochemical markers. So immunohistochemical markers, it includes the CD1A as well as the CD207, that is nothing but the Langerin, and also the S100. To watch more videos like these and grow daily, subscribe to the Dr. Hub channel.